So I just wanted to quickly go over this table. Um, First of all, this blank thing down here is for when you turn on alerts. Go ahead and look up the alerts section in the Nexus um, user guide, reference manual, whatever you want to call it. Um, but I'm not going to go through these one by one because, to use an old Australian expression, I'm not going to teach people how to suck eggs, right? Or tell people how to suck eggs. You can go look that up if you've never heard that before. So I'm just going to go through the stuff that's maybe not so obvious. Um, Here's a little salty notice that says reward to risk. Most people actually mentally say risk to reward. That's because the reward side is on the left. Um, Notice there's a few of these that are in green. That's showing that you're in profit. If they go reddish, and I say reddish because it's on kind of a violet, purplish background, and so it kind of looks a little bit faded. So I'm not sure if you'd actually call it red. Then it means it means you are running at a loss, right? This PL value will be negative. So just keep that in mind. Um, Exchange time zone, I guess that makes sense. Whatever asset you got going on up here, that's the time zone of that asset, where however it's coming into trading view. Um, Number of trades, most of this I think is all very obvious. Bars traded, just so you know, will normally be around 20,000 in the sense that that's how many trading view makes available. So if you see a appreciably smaller number, like this 16,000 we have here, that's probably because it didn't start trading for quite a few bars. And as you can see, we've only got 18 trades here. This is 18 as well, which means we really didn't probably cover all of the available bars. We've got a fairly restrictive system in this particular case. So just keep in mind that's showing the number of bars actually traded, not the number of bars available by TradingView, which will generally, for the premium member, be about 20,000. The start date similarly is when we started trading, not the very first bar that TradingView is making available. You can see how many days we traded. The rest of this is all pretty obvious. We put in profit per week because we find that that's a fairly good number that people like to identify with. It's almost like, am I making enough a week to quit my job? That's kind of that type of thing, right? Although keep in mind all of these numbers, if you've got, exponential growth curve because you've got a really profitable system and you're betting on equity, which is growing all the time, this number is really only representative of what's happened lately and not the beginning of that growth curve. So keep these numbers in mind in that sense. This is just showing how many ticks you get on the live bar, and it alternates between that and the normal background. Just gives you a visual that the price has changed. It's that simple. Um, Minimum move is TradingView saying, hey, this thing can only move, that's the smallest unit you can move. And as you can see, there's three decimal places there, three decimal places there. Um, the interesting thing to keep in mind for that is some things that's not a one. Like I think Bitcoin, it's a five, right? I think it moves by 5 cents or instead of 1 cent or something like that. Um, so keep that in mind. BE is important. So you see there's win rate. Okay, that's a little bit different. I've got both B's here. So BE is short for break even, right? And when something's non-obvious, like BE is non-obvious, you can hover over here and it'll tell you what it is, right? And there you can see the formula for the win rate margin. And so that's just basically giving you a basic formula saying that, hey, my win rate's 50%. But that 50% is like 43 and a bit percent above what I need, above break even. So it's kind of giving you a gauge of how well you're doing above just barely treading water. It's kind of a nice little metric to have. I think all of this stuff's pretty obvious. Um, Trading frequency and stuff like that, you got to be a little bit, how do I put it? Um, what's the word for it? Um, Aware. You have to be aware that, if you're trading an asset that's not 24/7, especially something like stocks, which is, maybe only 8 hours a day or 5 days a week, this number is going to be a little bit skewish on that, right? Because it's just taking total time divided by trading time. And if the total time's a week, but you're only trading 8 hours of that week, that number is going to look a little bit weird on you. So just keep that in mind. Um, Average trade time, I think it's obvious that's just saying, hey, your average trade is lasting 4 hours. So all the numbers here, just so you know, are have been refined over a long time. Like we've put so many things in there and then taken them out again. This is what we settled on as the most useful stuff on an ongoing basis, just so you know. And I think that's about it. That panel, like I said, I'm not going to go through every single one of these one by one. Um, Trading status, it's either trading or waiting. I don't think there's any other status, just so you know. And trade direction isn't going to have one, and while you're waiting, like when you're in a trader, you're going to have a direction. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I probably said more than I needed to. Anyway, I probably did start to go down the line of trying to tell you how to suck eggs. So sorry about that, guys. Anyway, thanks.